Brexit, the conditions for an agreement are still not met. Negotiations suspended. This was announced by European negotiator Michel Barnier on Friday evening. The prospect of a no deal is approaching dangerously. Despite a week of intensive discussions in London, the conditions for a post-Brexit deal between the EU and the UK have not been met due to significant differences over fair competition. Governance and Fisheries announced Friday evening the European negotiator Michel Barnier on Twitter. The negotiators agreed to take a break in the discussions. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen will take stock of the discussions on Saturday afternoon, he added. Brexit formally occurred on January 31st, but a transitional period that freezes its effects then began to allow the two parties to agree on their future relations, in particular trade. It ends on December 31st. After this period, the divorce will become reality, with or without an agreement. With less than a month of the rupture, several European officials had previously hinted that an agreement could be reached this weekend, while Britain considered the talks still very difficult and said it was determined to restore its sovereignty. The French government has threatened to veto a possible agreement that does not satisfy it. I want to believe that we will have a good deal. France has, like all its partners, a right of veto, and we will do our own assessment of this draft agreement if it exists. We owe it to our fishermen and to other economic sectors, declared Clement Beaune, Secretary of State for European Affairs on Europe 1. But I want to believe that we will have a good agreement. To have a good agreement, the best is to be frank. We have always been transparent, sometimes the British a little less, on our interests, he said. He adds, we must prepare for a risk of no deal, that is to say that on December 31st, we no longer have free access to the British market, and vice versa. But this is not what we want, and the negotiations as we speak are continuing with Michel Barnier, who is in London, said Clement Beaune. The President of the European Council recalled the schedule on Friday morning during a press conference. The next European Council will bring together the heads of state and government by video conference on December 10th and 11th, next Thursday and Friday. This will be the last opportunity for them to take a stand, unless there is yet another modification of the deadlines in this soap opera which has lasted for 4.5 years. According to a European official, the 27 could meet again after the European Council next week,